Hi, I'm June. I have something in common with Jack Nicklaus. Not only the fact that we both play golf, but it's a little more personal. We both have difficulty opening jars like this. I don't know about you, but I can't open a jar. And in one of his books, I believe it's Golf My Way, but I'm sure he's written several books, there's an insert in there in a story about how he has difficulty opening jars. He doesn't have the strength for it, and he hands it over to his wife, and she can open it for him. And I do the same thing. I hand it over to Adam, my husband. But one day, he taught me a really cool trick. So it's kind of like I can tell you two stories with one that can actually benefit people. So whenever I do this thing that Adam showed me, I'm like, I need to do a video so I can share. It's like I always want to share these good information, whether it's something basic as opening a jar and make it easy for you, because I know there are a lot of people like me that struggle with it. So I'm like, you know what, I'm going to talk about it, both reasons why this story can be important and can help you out. And so I can do it in one video. This thing that he showed me, it's far better than anything I've ever tried. So there's things where you can put something on there that has a good grip, and I still struggle with that. And then there's other things that people say you can do. This one works every time. It's worked 100% of the time so far, until I do it right now. Maybe. But I'm going to put it aside because I'll show it to you in a few minutes. I really want to tell you why it correlates to what I'm about to tell you about golf. Before I get to that, the reason I have this bread and some water is 24K, the wild gecko, walked in. So he's here somewhere. And so if he comes by, you can see him eat and drink water. So that's why I have that there. Hopefully he'll show up. He loves being on video, but we'll see what happens. The reason I want to tell you this story is it's so golf. A lot of golfers misinterpret power and strength, and that there are ways to certainly work out and get strong to add to a good fundamental swing. But what I see most people do is they try too hard to hit the ball, and they get very little out of it. So it's kind of like this jar where I can try hard to open it and really ultimately could end up hurting myself doing that. Or I could do a technique that makes it effortless. It's like you have that effortless power. You've seen many videos that I've shared with you of me hitting golf balls. And I've talked about effortless power. I like using other examples because sometimes when you watch me hit golf balls, you get sort of like, okay, that's powerful, but you don't quite understand fully why. And so I just wanted to use this example. So if I used all my strength right now and try to open it, I can struggle and could ultimately hurt myself. But if there's a technique to open it, something that's like a little bit heavier edge, I like to use the back of a knife, but be careful. So definitely be careful. Like use something, you can use something else that just has a little bit of weight, and you don't have to hit it hard. So please be careful doing it, but I haven't had any issues. I just do it really lightly. But I go here. And then sometimes you can do it 4, but a lot of times just 3 is good. And then it just opens up like that. Isn't that cool? Like, come on. So before, I used to panic when I'm alone and I had to open something, and I would really struggle with it. But that works every time. To carry that to golf, I see people, if this was a golf swing approach, I see them really struggling hard, like really trying hard to hit the ball far and just putting all that power instead of learning the right fundamental things, just doing the right things. And golf is definitely more complex. And so it's easy to get lost and distracted trying different things. So I'm not saying that it's the easiest thing to find the right information and do it and practice it, but it's certainly better than doing the wrong movements and then trying really hard to hit the ball far. So going back to Jack Nicklaus, he talks about how you don't have to be very strong to hit the ball far. It's really a lot about your movement and technique and using gravity and physics and the right motion. The challenge of the golf swing versus this thing that I showed you is it's got more movements, moving parts, so you have to be patient and seek the right information. Not all fundamentals are created equal, but he was emphasizing the fact that he's not very strong and he hit the ball so far. He was talking about how he's not strong enough to open a jar, but he was one of the longer hitters on tour. And I love carrying that torch and sharing it with all of you because it seems like he has that empathy to put that in a book and express the fact that, you know what, you don't have to bulk up and try to be so strong to hit the ball far. Just learn the right fundamental things. And I feel the same way. I'm not very strong, and I don't try hard to hit the ball far. But with the motion that I do and that I teach, you can hit it far enough to the point where it's like, you know what, I got enough distance. Like unless you're entering a long drive contest, you get to a point where it's like, you know what, I got enough distance. And I go through that with my students. They get to a point where it's like, man, I feel like I have enough. I just want to just maintain it and continue. That's what's great about doing the right motion. I feel really good because now I taught you how to open a can for those of you that struggle. It's really simple, and you don't have to hit it hard, just softly, about 3 or 4 sections of the cap, and then voila, you can open a can. If you want to learn effortless power and the fundamentals to the game of golf, I recommend you go to my website and become a member of the One Swing. The other thing I wanted to share is some of you had asked if I was going to sell my artwork. And I decided, you know what, yes, I'm going to sell my artwork. And I'm going to start off with prints on a canvas. It's going to be beautiful. Or a museum quality paper that is going to be framed. And so those will be a couple of the prints that will be available soon. And then at some point, I will be selling the originals on my website. This is one of the artwork, and I love it. It's been so fun. I know some of you have followed along on my progress and my process to get to this point where I feel like, yeah, I want to sell it because I want to share. It's just like all these videos I've done over the years, I just want to share the good vibes and energy. I love painting ocean scenes and birds and things like that. So there's going to be different types of artwork. There's going to be lots of ocean stuff, and this kind of scenery is just so enjoyable for me to paint. There'll be many options moving forward, and then I will be adding new artwork along the way just because I'm producing a lot of them. They're just flowing through the creativity, and it's been wonderful. So I'll keep you posted on when they will be available for you to check out. I wish you could have seen 24K today, but there are many videos where you see them. So next time when you go practice, try to do the right motion, and you don't have to try hard to hit it far. When you do the right things, the ball just goes. Effortless power is the way to go. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you again soon. Peace.